What is up, guys? Greed and Pride here. Today's video is sponsored by me because I love making these videos for you. I'm so happy with every single view I get. I was really expecting nothing when I started making these videos, and the very little positive reception I've been getting has been great. I mean, my videos could be getting 0 views, but they're getting between 20, 30, even 50, and it feels amazing. Thank you for all the support. And I got my first subscriber. Special thank you to that person as well. But today, we're going to be looking at a deck that I have been a big fan of for a long time. It is Selesnya, Tokens, and Proliferate. Selesnya is not the strongest guild. I think if we were raking the guilds on pure win strength, I would probably put Selesnya on the bottom, honestly. Because every Selesnya deck is just one board wipe away from being useless. But it's still fun to play. Proliferate is still an amazing mechanic. I love all the Selesnya cards. It's a good, fun deck to play when you're bored with what standard is. So, Ajani, absolute amazing commander. He comes down and he affects the board so much, makes everything bigger, gives everything vigilance, which is huge because you can just mercilessly attack. Gotta mess that word up, it's fine. You can just attack because of all the vigilance. So for the actual cards in the deck, we have God's Willing, probably the best white card in standard right now, if I had to pick one. We also have, obviously, we have some green ramp, Flower Flourish. Grateful Apparition, not a great card in standard, but a great card in this deck. If you get this down on turn 2, it has some good evasion. Most decks don't deal well with flying on turn 3 and 4, so you can really get some proliferation going. Bark-Eyed Troll, probably one of the best 2-drops in standard right now. Pretty much everything that adds a counter, we have this. Huatli's Raptor. Huatli, fun name to say. Prison Realm, probably the best white removal in standard right now. Courage in Crisis, absolute slept-on card. I love this card. I run it in a lot of my green decks because it's pretty strong. And in this deck, it's absolutely insane. Yorvo, the centerpiece of the early game pretty much. Kind of hard to cast with the triple green, but I haven't had too many problems. One of the big things I like about Selesnya is the actual Selesnya cards feel so powerful. Like Knight of Autumn and Concave Cavalier. They just feel like they're perfectly set to be in Selesnya colors, and they're so strong. So, Muyu, Loyal Companion, and Questing Beast, once you get to 4, you're putting down some big bombs. I mean, if you put down Muyu, he's a little weak at 3-3, especially if you slam him down with nothing else to do. He's kind of vulnerable. But if you can put one counter on him, 5-5 becomes a lot harder to kill than 3-3. And after that, I mean, you're just doubling counters every single turn, and he becomes a monster with trample too. So the bigger you make him, the better. Loxodon, a little counterintuitive, not really counterintuitive, but not as strong in this deck as say Mono White, because everything's going to have a counter anyway. So really, you're just taking a turn off to put one more counter on things, which isn't always the best, but it can still be strong. Wanderer's Strike, probably one of the worst removals in standard right now. It's so expensive. It does exile instead of destroy, so that's pretty much. I mean, if it's a destroy creature, then proliferate, I probably wouldn't have it in there. But because it exiles, it deals with the Cavaliers really well, because it takes out the Cavaliers' abilities. And Cavaliers are everywhere in Brawl because they're so powerful. Plain-wide Celebration, getting that quadruple proliferate. Then we have Great Henge. Stone Coil's the only artifact in the deck. Really, really strong card. I absolutely love this card in any creature-based deck I play. At least one copy goes in because it's so powerful. Here's the mana base, nothing too insane. Carnage Bastion, really strong land for the late game. You can just, especially with Nissa, because it's so easy to proliferate. But as you can see, there is a lack of Hero Precinct 1 here. I really didn't feel her in the deck. I mean, I only have, I think, 5 multicolored spells in the whole deck. So she really wasn't as powerful as I thought she was going to be, so I took her out. I'm going to do this view. I don't know if some people prefer this view to the other view because you can see all the names and all the pictures on one screen. But yeah, so here's this view of the deck. Pretty powerful, a little susceptible to early removal, and very susceptible to board wipes. But besides that, I mean, strong aggro deck. It goes wide, it goes tall, quick. I mean, you're talking turn 5 and 6, you have so many counters on everything, you're almost too much to deal with. But we're going to play some games in the Brawl Hall today. And we are going to see if we can dominate some decks. Oh, the name non-blue counters. I actually don't have Veil of Summer in here, even though it's like the only non-blue counter in the game. It's like the green counter. I don't like teching against specific colors like that. In the sideboard, it's perfect, you know, but in the main board, if you're not playing a Dimir deck, I mean, it's just a dead card in your hand. But let's jump in and get some games going. Hey, there it goes. Playing Sneaky Snake, playing Kenrith. That is going to be difficult to deal with. This opening hand's a little good. I would like another mana, though. Boop. This hand is equally mana starved, but I suppose I'll take it. Is that another? Nah, I can put it on itself. Okay. Yorvo is going to be a hard cost. Yorvo is a hard cost to play. I'm leading off with Command Tower, so if I get a Forest, we can go right into Barkhide Troll. Turn 2 Oko. Wow. Welcome to Standard. I play Brawl and I have fun. Nope. Standard. Please turn that into an Oko. See, the good thing about this deck is it's pretty Oko-proof because everything's going to have counters on it. So everything is going to be a bigger elk. So like if he turns Yorvo is like the ultimate Yoko counter. Because if you turn Yorvo into an elk, he becomes a 7/7. Which I've had happen many times. And the Oko players pretty much always scoop when they see 7/7 Yorvo. The Lantern? That's so bad. Oh no, opponent, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's the saltiest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. So Chromatic Lantern no longer works, and it can be destroyed. Well, it can't give mana anyway, so that's a crazy misplay. Opponent, that officially gives them all their colors because Goose can tap for red. Oh, he can turn the Lantern back into a mana source. Yes, the turnaround. I love it. That's hilarious. Alright, what do we do here? I think we go straight into Yorvo. We go into Yorvo, we keep the activation on Barkhide Troll available. Next turn, I'm going to go Great Henge into Iron Shell Beetle, I believe, and then Ajani into Bloom Hulk. So, opponent could play Kenrith if they want. I would have a hard time dealing with it. I don't have any removal right now. Getting Great Henge online is going to be good, though. Card draw, counters, life. Yep, Kenrith. Okay, I don't really have a way to deal with that right now. Do I double block? Okay, opponent doesn't go in. Great henge. Iron Shell Beetle. Do I make Yorvo bigger? Yeah, I might as well make Yorvo bigger. Do I attack with Yorvo? I think I do. If he wants to double block, I'll gladly trade Yorvo for Kenrith. I mean, he's just going to keep making Chromatic Lantern bigger between Yang and Kenrith's green ability. So I gotta get those threats off the board quickly. Double block opponent. I'm a sneaky little snake. Oh, I'm a snake. Sneaky. God, I remember when that video came out in high school. Everybody would say that. Oh yeah, double block. Yes. Oh, what? I'm confused. Was that another misplay or was that on purpose? Opponent officially just lost access to red there. I think I can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can play a Johnny into Bloomhoke. Yeah, this is a strong board. I wonder if the opponent plays counters. They have something. So a Johnny. Into Bloomhoke. Proliferate everything. Oh, it's going to proliferate itself too because of Great Henge. Yeah, this is great. Martyr for the cause. Good draw. It's a good blocker. Trading. Okay. I suppose you might as well trade before it gets too big. So next turn, not looking like a great turn, but we're going to get 2 draws from this, and Yorble is going to get bigger from Gilded Goose because it's any green creature. Right? Yep, so, okay, not a amazing next turn by... Oh, that's impolite. Not an amazing turn next turn, but... Well, now it's worse. At least I have Martyr for the cause for the block. So I definitely want to play that. Ooh. Ooh. Things are getting a little spicy for the pepper. If Yorvo comes in here, I'll double block with the Cavalier and the Martyr because I don't care if either one of them dies. Cav, an amazing card in this deck. Absolute mountain of meat. 4/4 with Vigilance that turns into 2 2/2s. And the way this deck operates, the 2 2/2s are genuinely stronger because you're adding 2 counters a turn instead of just 1. I would trade everything on this board away. Don't you even try. I would trade this whole board away in a heartbeat. Okay. This is interesting. I think I go Loxodon here. Into Stone Coil Serpent. Okay, this is going to be interesting, everybody. Hold on to your butts. I'm going to purposely avoid the Martyr because I want the Martyr to block. Bloom Hulk. Iron Shell Beetle. Cav. I don't want the Gilded... I want the Gilded Goose to be able to block. Put a counter on Loxodon. Draw a card. Okay. Don't burn a Johnny. And now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could play Incubation Druid and I could slow roll the Serpent one more turn so I can make it bigger than Yorvo. I'm going to do that. So Loxodon, Martyr, Goose. All good blockers. New Horizon. Even more mana. Where do I put this counter? I'll put this counter on the Loxodon for better blocks. Or maybe I put this counter on the Gilded Goose. Because it is my only flying. I could have attacked with the Goose. I literally just talked about putting it on the Goose so that it has flying and then I don't attack with it. Sometimes I get so tunnel visioned on things in games, especially while I'm recording. It's hard to see the entire board clearly when you're like trying to talk through what you're doing and stuff. But I'm confident in my board state. As long as they can't bounce that Agent of Treachery. Okay, that's not for 10. I like just had a heart attack. I'm like, is that for 10? No, okay. Even if it was for 10, I'd block everything. I mean, it's not like their stuff gains trample. Let's see what they get here. Questing Beast is a little annoying, but next turn, I mean, I'm just smashing in. Whatever Questing Beast chooses to kill, it kills. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm probably going to have to let something die to Yorvo as well. Oh, you're going to get Field of the Dead? Because that would be annoying. You still don't have red, though. I wonder if they're going to get a red source or if they're going to get Field. They're at 6 mana, so Field would start making zombies immediately. But you need that... Okay, they go for the red source. It's weird they don't have like a command tower they could have gone for or something. Maybe they want the Scry. See, when I play Golos, it either gets Field or it gets command tower. Opponent goes empty-handed. I have a strong creature. I have a draw from the Great Henge. That's useless. Alright. Now, do I just smash the biggest Serpent possible, or do I leave some mana open? I'm going to smash a pretty big one, but I'm going to leave a little mana open. Yes! The God Draw. Yes, he did exactly what I wanted him to. Those are perfect blocks. It's literally like if I was choosing the blocks. That's fine. That doesn't really matter. Block with Tiredness. Okay. So now Bloom Hulk dies. Or doesn't die, I mean. Oh, I just win. Never mind. Good game. Math is for blockers. I didn't even know I was about to win there. I was so focused on getting good blocks. That's like I was saying, tunnel vision. Out here in the Brawl Hall, playing Sneaky Snake again. Sneaky little snake. He switched, or he or she, whatever, switched on over to Royal Scions. Very strong commander. My favorite Izzet commander. I think they're a little stronger than a Niv Mizzet. I don't know. Getting that consistency with always having Niv is crazy strong. But getting the card draw from Royal Scions basically guarantees you're going to draw Niv eventually. It's a catch-22. This hand's aggressively mediocre. I will keep it, though. Simply for the God's Willing and the Paradise Druid. Paradise Druid, so strong in this deck. Don't counter me, please. Nice. The interaction, my favorite interaction in this deck, is making Paradise Druid huge with counters and having a Johnny give her Vigilance. That's a good draw. And then just pounding the opponent into submission with like an 8-7 with like Vigilance and Hexproof. What do I do here? I could just start the train. This is risky, but it's going to be worth it. If that Paradise Druid lives one more turn and I get a land, I'm about to have no red. What? Wow. Okay. I think this is like a non-game. If this isn't counted, though. I feel really bad for you, man. This is like game over. Like, I literally God drawed, and I have God's Willing open with Paradise Druid, and there's no red again? Okay. It's a sorcery. That was an instant I could attack in. Well, if I get a land, I'm probably just going to GG. Because I feel really bad they didn't get any red mana. That's not a land, but that's also very strong. And that puts Paradise Druid. That means everything trades with the Gale. Well, nothing trades with the Gale, because I'm going to God's Willing it. No, I need a land for Wanderer's Strike. If I want, I have a 2-drop in Martyr for the cause anyway. I cannot believe they've drawn. Do I keep? Nah, who cares at this point? If I keep Paradise Druid Hexproof or not. There's the red mana. Oh, I don't even want to post this game. It's just so sad. If I don't get like any other good games, maybe I'll post it, but that's just rough. Playing mono-colored like that when you literally only get one color land is really hard. Yeah. Not even a GG. I said GG, but what I actually meant was BG. Third game with Sneaky Snake. I have decided to keep that last game in. I know it's kind of like a non-game, sadly, but it showed a really, really good interaction with the Paradise Druid, and it showed the little ghost chick that proliferates every time she attacks. I mean, it was just a strong showing for the deck, whether the opponent was mana screwed or not, so I think I'm going to keep it in, just to show you what, like, the nut draw is. I mean, this is pretty snazzy here. Barkai Troll, such a good 2-drop. Immediately goes above Shock and Disfigure. My name is Yin Yang Yangu. Martyr for the cause. Opponent has both colors now. No more color screw. I'm happy to see that. Next turn, it's probably a Johnny. That's a little early for that. Do I go Yin Yang Yango? See, if I go Yin Yang... That actually gives me more counters in the long run because the Johnny proliferates Yin Yang. So that gives me more counters in the long run. That's pretty strong. Does he haste it in to kill the Planeswalker's name I'm not going to say anymore? Oh, that's strong. That's strong, but I think I got to get that Shifting Triceratops out of here. So this is going to be a good blocker now, and if she dies, she proliferates. Oh my god, I could like blow him out. No, I want the proliferation. And I keep 1 mana open so Barkhide Troll can become hexproof. That's a good interaction. He basically has unlimited hexproof. Oh wow, I always thought he was a frog. It always looked like that really old Battletoad. I always thought he was like a Battletoad. I didn't know he's like a person covered in bark. Literally every time I've seen this card, I thought it was like a giant frog. Domri's on the field. My board state's a little weak on creatures, which isn't great. I am working up to Planet-wide Celebration though. So drop Yorvo first. So Paradise Druid triggers Yorvo. Give everybody counters. Give Paradise Druid an extra counter because this interaction is godlike. Attack Domri, win the game. Opponent scoops from all this proliferation power. No, okay. The opponent just blocks. That's fine too. They have plenty of mana. I mean, they have best case scenario 7 mana if they drop a land and use Domri, so they're not in a bad position. Maybe they have Planet-wide Celebration in there, or Plane-wide. This deck, like, Unbreakable Formation almost just becomes an instant, like, indestructible in this deck. What's that gonna do? I don't like that. Because, like, everything already has counters and vigilance, so really, saving it for the indestructible... Ooh. Can I make myself hexproof? Yeah, I can make it hexproof by tapping itself, but then it can't block Questing Beast. And I'd rather have a dead Questing Beast than that troll, honestly. Ugh. The god draws. Whoops. I wasn't paying attention. I feel really stupid. I legitimately wasn't paying attention to a Johnny's life. I didn't want a Johnny to die there. I can't even recast him if I don't get a land. I guess Unbreakable Formation's actually going to do something now. The misplays are real, but when you're this far ahead, is it really a misplay or is it just asserting dominance? You going to double the counters? Good game. I'm going to flash Unbreakable. I'm going to go in. Opponent cannot block. more than one. Okay, cool. So that I was not punished for that misplay. I actually did draw the land, so I honestly could have played a Johnny again. But this video was a ton of fun to make. I've always loved Selesnya. Even though it's always been like a weak guild, I've always loved Selesnya, and I love Proliferate. I think Proliferate is like the absolute best like go wide mechanic. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video because I definitely enjoyed making it for you. Thank you.